And hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome to We Synced It. Yes, this is a weekly podcast that focuses on all the movies, TV, and the entertainment in between. I am one of your hosts. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth, Pat.
And this is Kev.
And how is everybody doing today? Yeah. I know the dead joke, but still, we gotta have some fun too. How you doing, Kevin?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am great. After we took a brief hiatus after the 200th episode. Yeah, man, feeling great, and I'd like to shout out to every one of our guests that we've ever had on this podcast. If it wasn't for you, we will at least be at episode 30. Yeah, every single one of you guys and girls. You know what I mean? I'd like to thank y'all for coming out to our podcast, and you're always welcome to come back if you want. Y'all know this. Yeah, man. So let's hit to the topics, man. Main topic one of our topics at hand is something that took place last week at the Oscars. Questlove won Best Documentary at the Oscars, and I am fucking happy for him.
So I was watching an interview with Jimmy Fallon, and he was saying like how he actually witnessed Questlove like constantly working on this documentary. He said like as soon as they were done filming an episode of Jimmy Fallon, he immediately would go straight into the documentary.
Really?
Before and after.
Nice.
Like he was just constantly working for it, and there we go. The work paid off, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Questlove. Congratulations to the winners and the losers.
Yeah. Who would you put in that category of losers, top of the list?
Will Smith.
Will Smith. Yes, that is another topic. And Will Smith being the biggest loser and winner of the Oscars, because he did win Best Male Performance at the Oscars, but he also got Best Emotional Person in the Oscars by slapping Chris Rock in the face, which was I have to admit, for a person, that slap was like, he had a form to it. Usually I see when somebody slap, it's just all top, boom, maybe a backhand, maybe a forehand.
Because he had cameras on him. He had to make it look cinematic.
He pivot. He did the whole, like, I'm putting weight behind this motherfucker, and he just slapped him. And kudos to Chris Rock for taking that fucking slap and just being wow. Because if it was me up there, man, and he turned his back on me, I told people this a long time. Say, man, I would have fucking jumped on his back like a backpack, bro. You turn your back on me and you think that we're not gonna tussle? You goddamn wrong, bro. You're fucking wrong. This slap was the topic at hand for quite some time.
Still the topic at hand.
Yeah,
it's still being covered by almost everything and everyone. It's being talked about just as much as Ukraine, which is a country that's being invaded. The fact that a slap is now being compared to that, and other events have unfolded ever since the slap. Now, Will Smith has announced that he has resigned from the Academy, which to me means absolutely nothing.
Dog shit.
For those who don't know, the Academy basically consists of almost everyone that you see sitting in that audience at the Oscars. So
if you ever been nominated, you're part of the Academy. So anybody who has ever lost, even like short films, if you've lost an Oscar, lost a chance to get an Oscar, you're also part of the Academy as well. So they stacked.
Now, does that affect his, how his movies get nominated? Actually doesn't. His movies can still get nominated. The only thing that has changed is that he doesn't get to vote for movies anymore. And that to me is actually a good thing, because this is the same guy that voted to take the role in the Wild Wild West over The Matrix.
Boom. It sucks because as a person who likes Will Smith stuff, it is going to tarnish like a little bit of what you thought Will Smith was, especially since motherfuckers are posting up videos of him being so inspirational and shit, and why he didn't want to do Django Unchained. And that shit is so fucking funny because he said that I thought it was supposed to be a love story because, I don't think violence should answer violence. And I'm like, oh yeah. You know, back in the day, you're like, yeah, man, you're so right. But now it's like, but what do you call this? I just want him to have a fucking Barbara Walter sit down interview that's not at a goddamn red table, that of him just being like, you know, I had this moment of understanding what life is. Because people who believe that violence is not the answer, they don't understand how it is to be asked the same question multiple times, and you give people the answer. You give them the answer that you want to give them. Like, you're like, okay, the answer is A.
But they don't want to accept that.
They don't want to answer. They don't want to accept that answer. So you guys, let me take violence for 100, and boom, that's a daily double. You know what I mean? And yo, you got to give it to them, and then they understand what the fucking answer was. It was those answers that you gave them earlier, but they didn't want that shit, so you gave them this one. Cause yo, violence is an answer. It's the last one, but it is an answer. That, hey, that shit sometimes gets results.
Oh, it got results for the Oscars. It was the most viewed
Yeah, it did.
Oscars in history.
Yeah.
And speaking of crazy moments and funny moments, so it was April Fool's recently, and it was April. Well, what's today's date? Today's April 3rd, so now it's been 2 days past.
Yeah.
I did see a lot of TikTokers doing April Fool's jokes. I thought the funniest April Fool's joke was actually a teaser trailer for Thor: Love and Thunder. Did you get to see it?
I saw it.
Bro, whoever edited that video, you deserve an Oscar.
Yeah.
Because I was all in. I completely forgot it was April 1st. It starts off with the old vintage logo, just like how they did with Thor Ragnarok. You hear the vintage rock song, so you hear Bon Jovi Shot Through the Heart, which makes sense because the movie's called Love and Thunder, and then you hear like this rock song of love and betrayal. And then all of a sudden it cut to that old show that was on NBC
Slap.
years ago, The Slap, which perfect. Great
Chef's
job.
kiss.
Yeah.
Fucking chef's kiss. It was when you sent me that video, I watched it and I thought it was an ad in between the
I
fucking
thought the same thing
trailer.
too.
So I watched it again. I was like,
That show's back?
I'm like, why would they bring? I'm like, they bringing back the show because of the slap. Okay. So I watched it again and then it did the same thing. I'm like, wait a minute. It's like you had to take an outside look at it. Like, wait. Oh my God, April 1st. God damn it, man. It's funny that I can still get caught on April fucking 1st.
Another news update, which also feels like an April Fool's joke, is The Crow is back in rotation as far as like movies that are never going to get made, but let's just talk about it. Hopefully they get made.
This is the third run, right? This is the third time they've tried to do something like this?
Bro, this is like, I think the 12th time. So a long time ago, I remember they announced that Bradley Cooper was going to play the role of the Crow, and then it never happened. Then they said Jason
Momoa. Not Mimosa.
Jason Momoa was going to do it. He even took a picture with the makeup on to get people hyped, and then that fell apart.
I thought he was way too big to play the Crow, but I was like, let's
Bro,
see what's
that's a
happen.
real intimidating Crow. You see that dude coming at you?
Dog, he comes at you and you can't even kill him. Stop.
So now they got Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah, from It fame.
From It. Well, I guess is now agreed to play the role that was, made famous by Brandon Lee. Yeah, great. I think that's awesome. I thought it was awesome that Bradley Cooper was going to play it. I thought it was awesome that Jason Momoa was going to play it. So let's just see if this actually happens. I think that right there is a real live cursed production.
Yeah. It's going to be directed by Rupert Sanders. He directed the movie Snow White and the Huntsman and Ghost in the Shell. But shit.
This has to be an April Fool's joke. Nah, I'm
Maybe.
kidding.
maybe it's a long con April Fool's joke. Maybe they're finally gonna settle it next year, April Fool's. But psych, we fucking psyched you guys.
Next up, Michael Bay wishes he had listened to Spielberg's Transformers advice. I should have stopped. I'm shocked that that's the only advice Steven Spielberg, one of the greatest directors of all time, gave you. How about, hey man, don't let your actors take away the camera and film stuff. How about, hey man, Try to develop your characters a little bit.
Yeah, your female leads need to be more developed, more, and stop being pseudo racist a little bit. Because those two crackheaded robots, we know what you were saying. Dog, it's just in poor taste, man. I'm not saying for you to do like an art house movie of to do a A24 version of Transformers, but would I like to see something like that? Maybe. I would like to see a Transformer done by A24. What the fuck that shit look like?
Oh my god, there would be no Transformers. It would literally be.
The end scene would be the camera dollying out, and then you find out that it's inside of a Transformer the whole time. Yeah. The Transformer is the people. We are the Transformers because we change our minds every goddamn time.